And we, as people, we like to, well, some of us like to give generously, whether that be to charities, whether that be to another person that we love or somebody that we're fond of. End of the day, sometimes people believe or get into their head that the generosity is just about money and possessions. It's not always about money, and it's not always about possessions. It's not always about the material things being generous with. People these days are busy and don't always have or give their time to others. And sometimes being generous is generous with that thing, being generous with your time, being generous in that respect. So, giving somebody the time of day, while you may think it's a small and menial thing, is actually something that is, for some people, a real big deal. Okay? And I'll give you an example of where you can give your time generously and where I did in the past. Okay, so a couple of years back, I did volunteer work. I did some volunteer work at a food bank. I also did volunteer work for an agency known as the Citizens Advice Bureau. Now, Citizens Advice Bureau provide independent advice for pretty much a range of things. And in that job, I was like the receptionist. So people would be coming through the door and I'd probably be one of the first people they'd see. And I'd manage the waiting room. And you'd see some pretty heartbreaking sights, to be honest. People who've totally bereft, got no money, really struggling, had the benefits stopped, all those sorts of things. And it was a real eye-opener as to just how hard things were. I remember the one guy couldn't even afford to buy his daughter a birthday card. I mean, that is just absolutely horrific. So there was that situation that was there for nearly a year, and then also for the best part of nearly 2 years, or getting on for 2 years, I was helping at my local food bank. Now, for those of you who are not aware what a food bank is is where the sort of close to date food, or surplus food should I say, is stored and then given to those who can't afford to buy food. And there's a set amount of what you can give, like one person, two people, 3, 4, a family. And there's a list of things that we can give. Okay? And the point I'm trying to make here is, while Christmas time is a time of family, happiness, love, and receiving and giving, it's also quite a difficult time of year for those who don't have a family, a partner, maybe they're living in poverty. It's a very difficult time of year for those people. It's not really a time to celebrate. They can probably see other people celebrating and having a good fun time, and there they are struggling out on the streets. So, I had a personal friend of mine. She used to help at a soup kitchen, and I can imagine in the depths of winter around Christmas time, it's pretty busy for those that don't have anything, that are homeless. So the real meaning to this video is recognise that generosity is outside of just money. It's not always about giving the local tramp on the street your last £5 or that. Sometimes it's about buying them a cup of coffee, or maybe just talking to them for a couple of minutes. Because believe me, being ignored or feeling insignificant is a horrible feeling. Okay, you can feel like that when you're depressed and feel like you don't matter and that no one gives a damn. Okay, so generosity can be generosity with your time, it can be generosity with your actions, as well as generosity with giving and receiving, particularly giving like to charities and what have you. And I think this season, Christmas, is a perfect opportunity to maybe exercise a little bit of generosity, perhaps outside of where you usually would, okay? I'm not saying go and give thousands to your local charity or anything, but maybe volunteer, maybe get out, help. Or maybe the next time you walk by somebody who's homeless and they're trying to engage in conversation with you, don't walk on. Maybe just take 5 minutes to ask them how they are, how things are going, and, you know, just that little bit of human interaction, that friendliness towards them goes a long way. And while you don't feel it though it does, okay? Guys, first of 3 videos this week. I want to say thank you all ever so much for listening. I really appreciate your time and energy spent here on my channel. Thank you kindly. First of 3, as I said, put down in the comment section below. Do you try and be generous with like the non-physical things? I mean your time and efforts towards people. A lot of people will always say I'm too busy, or you're not my priority, and that's what it really means. And it isn't very nice to be told that or to hear that, but it's a fact. You know, just sometimes taking a little bit of time out of your day or out of your life to go and see somebody or talk to them, or even just engage a little bit is absolutely golden and does wonders for people. You don't realise how. Remember to hit that subscribe button down below, leave me a thumbs up and a like, and let's hear that bell sign go ding dong so you know my next content's out. Until then, I want to say thank you all ever so much as always for listening. I will be back at the start of next week with another couple of videos, but until then I want to say thank you all ever so much. Take care of yourselves and bye for now.